Welcome to Moving Forward, sponsored by MPW Mocklink TV and Mocklink Internet, online at mpw.org. Each weekday morning, our local talk segment brings you the people who are helping move our community forward. Let's start the show.
I'm Jordan Davis. Thanks for tuning in with us here this morning on a Wednesday, on kind of a wet and chilly Wednesday, too. It's not very sunny out, and I actually keep looking out the window. I keep thinking, wow, it's still pretty early. No, we are actually moving into the day. It's just going to be kind of dark and dreary, I imagine. Well, we don't want to talk about that very much. I want to remind you that this is brought to you by Muscatine Power and Water. Right now, turn it on for $10 off. When you turn on Mocklink Internet, TV, and or phone services, you get $10 off each for 3 months. That's $90 in savings on 3 services for 3 months. Details at mpw.org. Again, I'm Jordan Davis. We're joined in studio this morning by Krista Regenetter from the Muscatine Extension Office. How are you this morning, Krista?
I'm doing fabulous.
Well, we're really excited to have you in. As always, it is a pleasure to get to have Krista in to talk about the Extension Office, because you guys always have great things going on, especially with youth programs, whether it comes to 4-H, FFA, that kind of stuff, and also you also your summer camps that are going to be coming up. So all that kind of exciting stuff. Now I love it when you come in, because you lay out all of these visuals for us that we can look at, so we know exactly where we are and what we're talking about. So I'll let you just take it away.
Okay. Well, one of the things that I want to start with, I'm going to go in order of date, upcoming things. So we've talked a little bit about this when we get together, Jordan, but we are the fiscal agent for a grant that's called Community Partnerships for Protecting Children. And it's a state grant that every county has some agency that's the grant holder. And the money goes to different kinds of projects that are all about strengthening families and protecting kids. And so one of the things that we are going to be doing is we're hosting a Muscatine County domestic violence discussion panel discussion, I guess is the right way to say it, on Tuesday, April 16th. So next Tuesday, 5:30 to 7:30 at the Extension Office in the evening. We're going to have 5 different panelists, one from the Safe and Together Institute, from the Iowa City Police Department, the Muscatine City Police Department, Muscatine County Attorney's Office, and from the Muscatine Domestic Violence Shelter. As you said, Judy Yates will be joining us. And so it's an opportunity to kind of get updated information about the state of domestic violence in Muscatine County. And then there are some new laws, the Families First Act, I believe, that are going to change a few things. And so they're going to discuss that and take questions from the audience. And so this is really an important issue in our community, in all communities. I think that one of the stats that I saw recently is 1 in 5 women will be affected by domestic violence in their life. And really the only way that we're going to stop this is by talking about it and helping people who are survivors or victims know that they're not alone and that they have ways out. And so this is an opportunity for us to do that. So that is next Tuesday, April 16th, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at the Extension Office. We do ask that you RSVP to Dana, and it's the easiest email in the world. It's dana@iastate.edu.
Perfect.
So you can always call our office at 263-5701.
Yeah, and that's a great one. We just had that the New Beginnings event last Saturday.
Exactly.
You were there. We got to see you, but it was great to hear from. Well, I say great to hear, but it was moving.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good way to put
Yes.
it. Moving to listen to a survivor from a situation like that. So it's important to keep talking about it.
Yeah.
As hard as it is, it's important to keep talking about it.
And I think what was really striking and important about her story is how that kids that experience domestic violence in their home, how that ingrains some behaviors that are really hard to break as adults, and that there can be a cyclical thing that happens. And I think, unfortunately, there are people out there who haven't ever experienced these situations, who have an idea in their head of, well, they should just leave or they should just get out of the situation. And I thought her story was really powerful and helpful in understanding that it's not always that easy.
Right.
And I think the more empathy that we can have and understanding of people who experience that we're going to do better as a society to help protect women and children and men from domestic violence situations.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're glad that you guys are helping put that on. And when is it again?
So April 16th, so next Tuesday night, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at the Extension Office. And there will be a light dinner served, which is part of the reason we need the RSVP, so we make sure that we have enough food
Gotcha, okay.
On hand. So Yep, and that is sponsored by the Muscatine County Community Partnerships for Protecting Children.
Okay.
Yeah. Another thing that we have coming up that is an interesting opportunity that I'm excited about. So, Jordan, we've talked about the whole purpose of Iowa State University Extension and Outreach is to bring research-based programs, resources to the counties in Iowa from Iowa State to help strengthen the community. And so we are going to be hosting on Friday, April 16th, a health data literacy workshop. And I know that's like, what? But basically the idea is that data literacy is the ability to derive meaningful information from looking at data.
Okay.
So, for example, you could see something that said there was a 100% increase in participation in this program. And you're going to be like, wow, you know? But that could also be going from 1 to 2, you know?
Right.
So data literacy is about being able to be educated about how you look at data so that you're making wise decisions for the community. And so we had the opportunity to host this workshop that's going to specifically look at health data. So we're going to be looking at the county health rankings and talking about how do you look at the numbers behind the numbers and make sure that it is meaningful information. And we're also going to be looking at the American Community Survey, which is the census data.
Gotcha.
And how do you look at that information. So we're going to offer 2 sessions. One is, and they're both on Friday, April 26th. One's from 10 to noon, and that one is going to be geared more towards board members, you know, kind of that high-level decision maker or people, county board of supervisors, city council members, people who are kind of making decisions for our community based off of the data that they're getting. And that one will be looking at the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation's County Health Rankings. So it's 10 to noon. And then we're going to have another one from 1:30 to 3:30 that's going to drill down a little bit more. So that might be more appropriate for staff who are writing grants or, you know, working on goals internally. And that's the one where we're going to be looking at the American Community Survey data and drill down into Muscatine County demographics. People are welcome to come to both. They won't be repeated information, or they can just come to one or the other. Registration is required. Registration link is on our website. It's been on our Facebook page, but you can call us at the Extension office, 263-5701, and we'll get you the information. Or, again, Google Muscatine County Extension, and you'll find our website with the information on it. But we are co-sponsoring this with Unity Point Health Trinity Muscatine, and then U-Turn is the organization at Iowa State that organizes this. And I wish I could tell you what U-Turn stands for. I know it's University. I should remember, but it's not on their logo. But again, so it's the Health Data Literacy Workshop. It's going to be Muscatine County data. So Wilton, West Liberty, Atalissa, Durant, you know, come on and join us in. We're going to be talking about our whole county, especially if there's school board members, city council members, you know, folks like that, decision makers in the community. This is a great opportunity just to strengthen some of your skills. And Sandra Burke is an Iowa State University Extension Outreach assistant scientist, is going to be the one presenting. So I'm really excited about this. I think it's a neat opportunity. It's being funded through a U-Turn grant, so it's not costing our community anything, which normally it would to bring Iowa State folks down here to do a workshop like this. So again, you can visit our website or give us a call if you have questions about that.
Excellent.
I know, kind of an interesting one. Before we talk about summer camps, I thought you would be excited.
Ooh, a plant sale
season.
Ooh.
Woo, I know. I keep seeing the stuff about different plant sales. So a few years ago, the Muscatine County Master Gardeners have done a plant sale for quite a while. And plant sale season gets a little crowded because the Iris and Daylily Society does one, and the Muscatine Garden Club does one, and FFA does one. You know, there's all kinds of different ones. So the Muscatine County Master Gardeners, the Muscatine Garden Club, and the Cedar Valley Iris and Daylily Society got together. I think this will be our 3rd year where they are doing a combined plant sale. And so it's a great one-stop opportunity because you can find some great daylilies and irises, and there are people there who know all about daylilies and irises. Anything you want to know. The Master Gardeners have lots of great perennials, a variety of plants, and the Muscatine Garden Club has a variety of plants, and there's lots of people, especially Master Gardeners, will be there. So if you have some questions like, I have this spot in my yard and this is the kind of sun it gets, what should I put there, they will be on hand. So that is going to be Saturday, May 11th, which is the day before Mother's Day. So it's a great opportunity to come get Mom some flowers, some plants, from 9 to noon at the pavilion at the Discovery Park. So the shelter that's right off of the parking lot by the Environmental Learning Center is where we're going to be hosting that. So again, Saturday, May 11th, 9 to noon, tons of plants. And also, we just found out Sweetland 4-H will also be doing a bake sale, so you can come grab some breakfast. You can peruse some plants. So it's a great opportunity, and I really love the idea that these 3 clubs are coming together. Partnership is, I mean, everything we've talked about so far today is a partnership.
And you know, this is kind of off topic for it, but every time I think about, as soon as you started to talk about the bake sale and about that, I was like, oh, the smells, and I was like, oh, the smells of that place, of that plant sale are going to be phenomenal, because the smells of the flowers, and there's bake sale.
You know, I had to tell you, were you at fair last year?
Which one?
The Muscatine County Fair?
Yeah.
Okay, so did you go into the floral hall? Did you get over to the floral hall?
I think so. Is that the one close? Is that the one close to the road where where they had all the kids' displays set up?
Nope. So the floral hall's air conditioned, so you would remember it for that, and it's right behind the stage, in the Grove. So it's the building right behind.
Oh yes. You know what? We didn't get into the floral hall. I can't believe that.
So this summer, Jordan, if you want to talk about smells, my favorite thing to tell people to do at the Muscatine County Fair is to go into the floral hall. It just smells amazingly delicious.
That's awesome.
Like the flowers and the lilies. I mean, it is just it's lovely to visit and see all the displays, and they do some really interesting kind of, I'm losing the right word, like the classes that you can compete in. Like there's place setting ones, and you know, there's all kinds of fun ones, but the lilies are just, you walk in there and it's lovely.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
So, yes, so come to our plant sale. That would be great to see everybody. And like I said, great opportunity to get some Mother's Day things. And with our crazy weather, it's probably good to wait till May 11th before you put anything in the ground right now.
Yeah, it's going to be saturated for a little while, I'd imagine. Yeah.
And just to put it out there, we haven't got all of the details outlined yet, but we will be hosting a Master Gardener training this fall, and we're going to be trying a new format called a flipped classroom format, where people will be able to watch the recorded lectures from Iowa State University professors on their own time, you know, at their leisure, and then it will be followed up by in-person hands-on workshops that correlate to those topics. And so that's a new format for us, and we're really excited about it. It will be starting in August. I think August 19th will be the kickoff date, and then we're looking at doing every other Saturday and kind of a 4-hour chunk of time every other Saturday. And we'll be going around to different places and doing different hands-on activities. So we're really excited about it, and I'll have more information next month when we get together.
Great. Excellent.
Yes. Okay, so how much time do we have?
Oh, we've got a few minutes still. It's we started a little bit late. Yeah, we're doing fine.
So before I get to summer camps, which is exciting, if there are any nurses or social workers out there listening, we are also partnering again with Unity Point Health Trinity to put on a program that is a training for people either in-home that go in-home and do services in-home, nurses or social workers, and it's called Talk With Me Baby. And what it is it's a 2-hour training that helps the nurses learn some different educational tools that they can use with families to provide language nutrition. And I love this phrase because the idea is that we have to provide the language nutrition just like the food nutrition and, you know, how to keep your baby clean. That unfortunately there's some folks that, because you don't, oh my God, as a parent, what you don't know. There's so much you find out you don't know once you become a parent. But I think there's a lot of folks that think that because a baby doesn't talk, you don't really need to talk to a baby. And the early talking to a child and getting those kind of nonverbal signs back that they call it like the volley between, you know, going back and forth is really essential to brain development and language development. So this training will give some tools to those folks who work with new moms and dads to help stress the importance of that language nutrition early in life.
Gotcha.
So this is going to be May 9th, and there's going to be 3 opportunities for folks. We tried to work with the shifts of the nurses.
Okay.
So there's a 7:30 a.m. one, there's a 1 o'clock one, and then there's a 6:30 p.m. one. This information is on our website. You register through Linda Anders at Unity Point because they are hosting us, and they actually have also worked out how you can get 2 Iowa nurses can get 2 contact hours, and social workers can get 2 hours continuing ed from participating. So
Gotcha.
That's just a kind of, again, where we're trying to bring that research-based information through partnerships into the community to help strengthen our community. So, yeah, interesting, right?
Absolutely.
I think that one sounds fun. Okay, I know you're excited about summer camp, so you got to pick which ones you're going to come to. You always. So, again, we have 2 different kinds. We have kids going into, so that's how we do it in the summer, what grade they're going into.
Okay.
So 1st through 3rd or 4th through 6th. And we have tons of different ones. So I encourage people to look at our website. Here, maybe I'll give you this one to peruse, and I'll highlight a few 1st through 3rd graders. We have things like Fun with Bots. That's going to introduce basic computer coding. We have an art camp. We have our very, very popular Dinosaurs, Amphibians, and Bugs, Oh My,
fun.
which I know that's the one you like. We have one, Seeds, Sun, and Soil. So I think that's a new one that we're doing. Water Rocks is one that is an awesome curriculum that's all about water conservation and how water works with our earth and watersheds and wetlands and all that kind of stuff. What are you seeing over there?
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at one. Mystery powders and liquids. What is it? And
You're like,
you know, it's a terrible joke, but I think, wow, we used to play that all the time in my dorm room when I was in college. Like, what's that somebody spilled? Sorry,
Put the gloves on. You don't.
I was chuckling to myself over here. Yeah.
So what's some other good ones that we got for the 4th through 6th graders?
Looks like you've got junk drawer robotics. That sounds like a lot of fun.
That's a super fun one. Yeah, that one it's like truly Dana just gets out just a junk drawer worth of stuff, and they create little robots out of it.
Really? And I remember watching I remember there were courses that you could, well, of course, I don't really know, classes to take when you were in like elementary school and junior high, that you could go like the robotics classes where they would go and they build like Lego little machines that would do stuff. I remember one I do vividly remember was watching a kid. He put together this little machine. It was like a crane. But it was one of those, like you see them, I've never seen one in real life, but those, like you'd see it in a movie, like the big crane with the big head on it that was magnetic that would pick stuff up. Well, a kid made just that out of Legos in one of our classes. I remember that.
And we do have that in our middle school. So the first tech challenge, I think, is the middle school level. That's through the first Lego League.
Okay.
Yep,
Gotcha.
and they do that in the middle school and the high school level.
That's right, and that's really cool for kids that are interested in engineering. And I know several guys that went into engineering from my class, so that kind of stuff that leads them on a path.
Exactly.
Wherever you start, whatever what catches your interest when you're young is kind of what leads you into what you want to do when you get older.
And these camps are a great way to kind of feel that out with kids. And we also have a SciTech 4-H club, and I know that they are looking for new members to join that. They meet once a month and do programming and work on robotics, and then they compete at the Iowa State Fair at the Robotics Challenge. And so they're definitely great opportunities in our community for kids if they want to get introduced to the engineering, coding concepts, robotics kind of thing in really fun ways. And I mean, we even have it for that 1st through 3rd grade level, the Fun with Bots and junk drawer robotics for the older kids. And then that might set them up where they're more likely to try the first tech challenge when they get into 7th grade and the high school robotics team. We've had a very successful high school robotics team in Muscatine.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and
really
so
cool.
So these are ways to kind of get kids into that and exploring it early, so they're a little bit more familiar when those
and receptive to the idea of it when they get into that age group.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So lots of great summer camp. It's on our website. It's on our Facebook page. Again, if you just Google Muscatine County Extension, you're going to find us because we're the only Muscatine in the world. And that's probably the easiest way than giving out our exact web address, but you can always call the extension office, 263-5701. You can stop by. We're on Isaac Avenue across from Heinz right now. We will be moving in September, which have we talked about that on the radio?
We did. Okay. You brought it in when you guys were first announcing it.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah, but
so they've started demo on our new building.
Tearing out walls and such?
Yes,
cool.
And so the building was developed to be 6 separate storefronts, and so they're combining all of the services and utilities and stuff like that. So it's a pretty intensive demo process.
Are y'all closing off the each of the other doors that went into the other buildings, or are they just going to go to full glass paneling?
Most of them will become just windows.
Okay.
There will be 2 will remain doors. So we'll have our kind of main door, and then we'll have one into the large meeting room that people can use
when you guys are hosting stuff. Which that's the beauty of this new place, right? You're going to be able to have maybe a few more folks in the door, and
we'll have the same meeting space that we have now, pretty much, because we have a pretty large meeting room. It will be a little smaller than the one we have now, but it's minus kind of this alcove that nobody uses anyway. So usable space will be pretty much the same. We'll have our large meeting room, and we'll still have it where people can check it out and use it after hours and that kind of thing, with the kitchenette off of it. So it's pretty much same setup. And that room, I mean, in 2018, we had 50 groups outside of extension programming that use that room on a pretty regular basis.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we have probably, I want to say 10 to 15 groups that meet there monthly that don't have anything to do with us, you know. And as a tax-funded organization, we feel like that is something that we offer back to our community. There are few places with meeting rooms that can hold 40-ish people, but not a lot, you know, with that size. So the demand is pretty high. In fact, sometimes we have to turn folks away because we're booked. But then we also offer all of our extension programming in that space too. So
excellent.
Yeah, so if you're interested about our move, check out our Facebook page, like us on Facebook, because I've been putting pictures of the demo. It's been really fun to follow the progress.
That's excellent. Well, we're really excited to see you guys get moved over there and open up your new space. When's the tentative?
September. We don't have an exact date yet, so we're at the very beginning stages of construction. So I'm not gonna lock it. Sometime in September.
Gotcha. Perfect. Well, thanks so much. Appreciate you coming in this morning, Krista.
Thanks for having me.
Excellent. Krista Reganetter joining us from the Muscatine Extension Office. They do great work, especially with youth. And one more thing I wanted to mention, because I got to go to a while back. I remember when I came, and I don't even remember what it was called. Art of Gardening, when we got to go to that. One thing that you guys do that I love the most is that you partner with people like TNC to do the Nature Conservancy, to work with youth so that they learn about the outdoors. That is the biggest deal in the world to me, is that the youth are getting involved in it, because it's kind of disappearing, you know. Kids' interest in the outdoors is at times seems like it's disappearing, and then I'll see resurgence, or, you know, it'll surge it back up, and there's kids outdoors and doing stuff. But you know, it's really important that you guys are doing the work that you do. So really appreciate it. Chris Reganetter joining us from Muscatine Extension Office. Thank you again for tuning in for Moving Forward. As always, brought to you by Muscatine Power and Water. Reminder, if you're not hooked up to MockLink Internet, TV, or phone services yet, you can turn it on for $10 off. Turn one on and get $10 each for 3 months, and save even more when you bundle 2 or more. Details at mpw.org. Again, I'm Jordan Davis. Thanks for tuning in here to Moving Forward on KWPC and thevoiceofmuscatine.com.
This has been Moving Forward on KWPC, AM 860, FM 95.1, the voice of Muscatine. Moving Forward is brought to you by MPW Digital TV and MockLink Internet, a designated Blue Zones worksite. Browse to mpw.org. And remember, Moving Forward, local guests making good things happen in the community. Weekdays at 8:15.